Good morning, everyone. I'm Nancy Ganzikofer, business coach and body language trainer to interior designers, and I am here with Kim Vanderpool of Fresh Impact Social Media. Welcome, Kim.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Again, once a month, we go live to try to teach people how to use their social media better to attract more business. So tell everyone what we're talking about today.
Well, today we are talking about some common social media mistakes and how to fix them. So I am privileged to go ahead and do lots of audits and action plans for interior designers. So I see lots of interior designers accounts, and there's kind of some threads and some themes that come across for not only them, but actually other businesses too. And so today we're going to whip through 5 of the most common ones that I see. And the first one is not going to come as a surprise to you.
I'm sure. I said to you before we went live, there's so many mistakes people make, including me. Which ones are you going to choose today? So
right. Well, we're focusing specifically on interior designers, and we're not going to be focusing necessarily on all the same things that we're always talking about. Today, we're going to throw a few twists in there. But the biggest one that we always see is inconsistent posting. If you don't post, they don't know who you are, plain and simple. The more you post, especially if it's good quality content, the more they get to know you. And so what we recommend is, for minimum, if you want just brand recognition, 2 to 3 posts a week.
It's a given. 3 posts a week.
Yes. Okay. And that's going to give you brand recognition. If you want to grow your following, if you want to get leads, if you want to get sales, if you want to become more of an interior design influencer, you're going to look at maybe posting daily or significantly. I've been doing a test on our business page, and I increased our posting to actually 2 to 3 posts a day, a couple days a week. My reach has increased almost 100%
See?
And so, but it's really not, it's, again, we have to think about the goal and what provides good quality content. So if you're not posting at all, set a goal of posting once a week for the next 4 weeks. And then at Christmas time, it's twice a week. And then by January, we're doing 3 posts a week. So gradually work on it and slowly because if you think you're going to go post daily now and you haven't been posting, you're going to burn yourself out, kind of like a diet. I'm not going to lose my 60 pounds overnight. It's going to take me a year. So it's that inconsistent posting. Some tips to help you with your posting is create a content calendar. We actually have 3 free content calendars that are available, so you can help plan it out. If you need that, just drop a DM or reach out to me and we can get that for you. But writing it down, you can put it on a simple piece of paper, like this is what I'm going to do. It doesn't have to be complicated. We need to simplify our processes so that we can get that action taken.
I think that people get up like, what do you mean a content calendar? It's literally simple. It's like Mondays I post this, Wednesdays I post that, Friday, and you can create themes around.
Correct.
Right? Themes or around the holidays. Start out doing simple things that are easy for you, and then you can fill in more things in your content calendar.
Yeah. So if you haven't been posting, an easy thing is Thanksgiving is coming in America in a few weeks. So the next 3 weeks, you could take a picture of your Thanksgiving centerpiece on your dining room table.
If you have one.
Right. Or a wreath, or however you want to do it, or how you make your home for the holidays. Those are the things that people want to see. And that's what you can do. Make it simple. And when we write it down, I will write down like my pillars of like, okay, my education, my entertainment, my engagement. I'll put those things as like, what kind of things do I have as a business owner that I could share in that? And then pick one that I'm going to do.
Under those categories, entertainment, engaging, and education.
Right. Because what happens is so many of us, and then promotions, so many of us think we're just going to show all the projects. And that leads us into the next mistake I see people showing, is that they're only focusing on their finished projects. While that's important, posting those after photos can make your profile feel repetitive, and you're missing the opportunity to connect with your audience.
And can I say something here? I feel like people are so stuck on the perfectionism of their posts on their wall. And sometimes perfection doesn't connect with people because most people are not perfect and they get intimidated by perfect.
Correct. And when you're thinking, especially designers, if you're showing your project photos, it's great for you to show them so people can get your style and your sense. But if you have 5 interior designers and they're all showing basically the same type of profile photos, you're not going to know which one that you know, like, and trust, because you're going to like I like all their designs. But the person that takes that liberty and is a little bit more authentic and giving them more of that connection, that's who they're going to choose.
Yes.
So it's
Yes.
about that. And so some solution for content would be behind the scene content. Mood boards, we underestimate how important mood boards are. Inspiring. So sharing mood boards, and you can make them in Canva, simple. So if you don't have project photos, I don't want to hear that for an excuse. Share a mood board. It takes 2 minutes to make in Canva type things.
Yes.
Yes.
And a lot of people are using AI now, but you just mock that it's an AI photo, but you inspired it and did it yourself. I actually watched a live yesterday. I didn't watch it for long, but I thought, wow, somebody must have set up an interior designer, set up a tripod facing down, and she was sketching out a floor plan.
Yes.
And I was quite fascinated staring at it for a while.
Well, and actually, we have another client that's in a totally different industry, and we are increasing our reels and watching the videos and watching that data. We're not letting our feelings dictate it. We're letting the data and the numbers. And so she's a seamstress. She makes quilts. The videos of her putting the material through the sewing machine does way better, or her unboxing or anything like that does way better than some of the other ones. And when I'm looking at the reels, people want to see you doing something. So even if you're selecting materials, those kind of things. And then another thing to think about is client stories. Talk about, why did that client, you don't want to mention that client's name, but why did they contact you? Why is it now that they want to upgrade their kitchen? Did their children leave their home? Did they all of a sudden, like, it's not functional and bring in that story and those key pieces. And that's going to help your ideal person that's following you relate, like, oh yeah, I don't have a place for my cereal boxes in my kitchen.
Right.
They're going to understand, and they can relate that. The other thing I see people doing is ignoring the engagement opportunities.
Oh, that's a hard one too.
Yes. So if somebody comments, comment back. Somebody sends you a DM, respond back. Taking that few extra minutes. I related it to someone yesterday in our Get It Done Club, is that when we are posting on social media, it's kind of like we're blind dating. We really don't know who we're going to meet. We don't know their name even, but just a blind date. But when we start to engage, or we get them into our DMs, now we know their name. We know where we're going to go for coffee. Like, we have that next step. And that's where we're missing that opportunity to really build that connection, because social media has the word social in it. And that's what people want, is they want to connect.
Yeah, they want to talk to you, right? And it is hard, because then you have to, and I say this often, but in the beginning, when I first started growing my social media, it was overwhelming. I did 10 minutes on each platform, and really forced myself not to go down the rabbit hole of what I was interested in personally, but just focus on interacting as my business, as me, as my business, and answering everything that came through, liking and commenting, hearting things, and giving some authentic feedback on things that I saw. 10 minutes. I used to set a timer to be really strict.
And if you're overwhelmed, because there is Facebook and Instagram and LinkedIn, those would be the 3 that I would encourage engagement on. And you only have 10 minutes, focus on where your people are locally, where you're trying to attract. So some audiences are, like in the Midwest here, we are Facebook heavy. And so spending that 10 minutes on the Facebook is really important.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. I think we're having a little Wi-Fi issue. You're freezing also, but I can hear you.
Okay, let me.
I think we're still broadcasting everywhere. Nothing has shut down.
Now it looks better. Yes.
Go ahead.
So being where your audience is when you're picking your platforms to engage, especially at first when you're overwhelmed, then you can always branch out. Or maybe Mondays you do Instagram, Wednesdays you do Facebook, and Fridays you do LinkedIn. So pick
for the engagement part, but you can post the same things on all these platforms.
Posting.
Right?
Posting, I would definitely use a scheduler and make sure that you post to Instagram, Facebook, your Google business profile, and your LinkedIn.
I just did a podcast yesterday talking about the Google Business Profile, which we're doing a lot of
Yes.
teaching on in the Profit Insider Academy now, because it's so important. So you're doing that too in the Get It Done Club, teaching people how to post and get up their Google Business Profile.
Right, right. Because that's what's going to help people find you. Like when people search interior designer, San Francisco, if you are posting regularly, chances are you're going to increase people being able to find you versus someone that's never posted.
Gotcha. Okay.
So the fourth one would be not using video content because we're all scared. Yes, yes. So, but they're worried because they don't want to be seen. I don't want to be on video. And designers have the perfect opportunity because they have so much creative available. They don't have to be on video. Like if you're on video, that's always going to connect better. But you have your behind the scenes. You've got time-lapse photos that you could make into a video. You could do quick tips. There's so many things designers could do to be doing some videos that really help increase their reach more than anything, especially if you want to get to a new audience. Doing videos is going to be a key to your marketing strategy.
Which is better to reach new audiences, reels or lives or stories?
I think how we approach it is doing reels, and then we share those reels to your story.
Okay, because I do find when I do reels, which is something I do every once in a while, I go on a 30-day reel giving tips. I'm starting again today. They seem to connect to new audiences better than just when I do a live, it feeds out to my friends. And when I do my stories, I think it feeds out to my friends on Facebook and Instagram, but I'm not sure whether I get new people from doing
Right. Yeah. And so one thing that we've been doing is paying attention to our analytics a lot more. So encouraging people when you're on your profile on the phone, go ahead and click that know your analytics, and then there's another button you click, then you can tell, did that reel that you do go to how many new followers or non-followers or followers, and then use that as a guide in what kind of reels you should make. Like we think that this is big thing, like scary thing we don't need to do, but they're giving us the information. They're letting us know what our people or people in our following want to see. We just have to look at those analytics and take the feeling out of it. It doesn't matter.
And then just do it.
Right. It doesn't matter what I feel. It's
Right.
matter what those numbers do. And I've been doing videos like you. Just sometimes I'm walking, sometimes I'm on the treadmill, sometimes it's a picture of ducks flying. And I'm just amazed what people do. But it's always getting me in front of somebody. That's what counts, is that, especially if you want to use social to grow it. Our last thing is neglecting call to actions. There's so many posts that I review and it's like, okay, that's a beautiful picture, but what do you want me to do with it? What do you want me? How do you want me to? Are you just throwing it out to the wind? What do you want us to do? Do you want me to engage with that post and say, oh, it's beautiful? So if you have a kitchen with a table, who would you like to have coffee with tomorrow morning? Simple. My best friend. Things like that. And then inviting them to visit your website. Do you like this kitchen? Why don't you check out my website to view more of my portfolio pictures?
It's funny. I do coach people often on doing video because video is so connective and they get so nervous. And should I have a script and should I read it verbatim? And what I try to tell everybody is have your opening, have your transitions. And if you're giving tips, give your 2 or 3 tips, write them down, and then have your closing, your call to action. If you can just give yourself a guide and not a word for word, you come across so much more genuine. Even if you make a mistake and flub up. I mean, you and I flub up all the time. We don't care anymore. We understand that we're giving valuable information to people. They're here for the tips we're giving, not for whether we spoke perfectly every time.
I just did it. I said profile instead of portfolio.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
It happened.
Well, it's okay.
Right. And I think that's it, especially designers. They want to be, because they have a product that is a perfection, that people have that thing.
Yes.
But people understand, they're not working with your project. They're working with you as a person. And that's what I'm watching someone local that's a designer, and she's like killing it on social. But Sometimes her hair's done perfect. Sometimes it's not. Sometimes she's calling her husband because she ran out of gas. You know? So, but those are stories that she's always top of mind because I'm thinking of the stories that she's sharing in her everyday life.
Yes.
And I happened to like her. So then I went to her website. So I took the next step because I loved what she was sharing. And that's what we want our audience to do is we want them to fall in love with us basically. So they want to take that next step so that they can see our portfolio and the work that we do and either refer us or work with us.
Right. And fall in love with the real you, not the social media version of you. Right. So I listen, nothing's a study in my hairstyles and my lack of makeup over times and going back to all my videos. It's crazy how I have my hair up, down, sideways, like no matter what, makeup, no makeup.
Right.
But I'm giving tips and helping people grow their businesses like you giving social media tips. So they care less about how we look and more about, are we helping them? And
Correct.
if they need more help one day, they're going to go, let's reach out to Kim or Nancy because they seem to know what they're talking about. It's not about whether our hair is perfect or our faces are perfect.
Right. Or they had courage to show up on social media without no makeup.
You know what? And I did tell somebody once that even if you show up, no matter how you show up, there's always a slew of people who are impressed that you'll even do it because other people are afraid to. And
Right.
that tells them something like, I want to be closer to her. I want her working in my house. This woman's got guts. This man's got guts,
Right.
and
Well,
I like them.
and just like in both of our industries, there's so many people that are the experts or the gurus, and they tell you like, oh, this is what you got to do, and you're going to be rich and famous.
Right.
But I think when people, and just like design, like this is what you got to do, but people want to work with people that they know, like everybody's situation is different. Everybody's home is different. When you go into design at home, you're going to be designing it differently for people. And the way that they know that you're different is if they can see who you are and you can show that personality being authentic.
Definitely. And it matters if you're married, single, children, no children, the age of your children, a dog lover, a cat lover, a gardener, a not a gardener, right? Everybody wants to know that the person they're hiring has a little something in common with them.
Correct.
It helps them feel comfortable with you. So don't just be perfect, be yourself, which is
Correct.
always imperfect, and that will connect better.
Right. And taking action is better than no action at all. And now's the time to take action. Don't wait till 2025. Today's the day to just like post something. Tag us if you want to see a little bit more engagement on your post.
Yeah, I was going to say, if you post something today, you tag me, you tag Kim on Instagram, let's say, and make it the easiest. We'll come over and comment when we do our interaction time.
Right.
So,
yes.
All right.
Yes.
All right. Just recap your 5 tips.
Okay. So we want to make sure we're posting consistently. We are posting a variety of pictures, not just focusing on our finished projects. We want to engage, use video, and add call to actions.
Add call to actions. All right. Always so helpful, Kim. And reminders that I feel like sometimes we repeat ourselves so much, but it's the way we say it each individual time sometimes connects with a new person.
Correct. Yes. Just like for us when we're learning new things.
Exactly. I need to hear things multiple times before they get into this thick head of mine. So,
yes.
All right. Thank you much. And we'll see you next month. If anyone has any tips, social media tips they want to know about, please post it below and tag Kim. This will give us some ideas for future lives. And Kim, tell everyone about your Get It Done Club, which I make sure all my Profit Insiders are in and all my one-on-one clients are in because it's phenomenal, but they can join without being a Profit Insider. Tell them how.
So the Get It Done Club is your opportunity to meet with us 4 different times. We have open office hours during the week, and we are basically your social media manager, educator, trainer, cheerleader, whatever you want in your back pocket. So we will help you make social media simple so you can get that off of your plate.
Yeah. So people go, they plan their social media. They have you in the background assisting, giving them the guts, the confidence, the knowledge they need to get everything cleaned up, fixed, and then posting regularly.
Correct. And we want to make it simple. I don't want you to spend 8 hours doing a reel. I want you to be able to spend 15 minutes doing a reel. So basically, once you get your foundation set, then we help do those little tricks and hacks and all those little things because we really do. We want to simplify your social media. That's our overall goal.
Yeah, perfect. Okay, and they find you freshimpactsocialmedia.com?
Perfect.
Okay.
Perfect.
All right, everyone, go hop over to freshimpactsocialmedia.com. Check out the Get It Done Club if you're struggling with your social media, because the knowledge you gain is going to be with you forever, and it's well worth it. Kim is an amazing social media manager, and she can help you do it yourself. And eventually, if you're of the means, you can have them manage it for you. So there's both sides of the coin in Kim's social media agency. So check out everything she has to offer.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
All right. Talk to you next month. Thanks, Kim. Bye, everyone. Go have a great day.